Hello everyone.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Great.
Okay. Okay, now I'm not talking about factory attraction in Myanmar. The first place is Bagan. Every people in Myanmar know that the Asian Bagan is the most famous tourist attraction in Myanmar. Bagan, which is continental Asian culture, Bagan, which is continental Asian culture, is recognized by the world traveler as one of the world wonders. Its 300 is a series towards 2,000 Asian cultures. It's the proof of the rich cultural heritage of Myanmar. And one of the largest archaeological sites in Asia. Again, it's an Asian city and UNESCO World Heritage Site in Myanmar. And UNESCO Heritage Site in Myanmar, from the 9th to 30th century, the city was the capital of Bagan Kingdom. The first kingdom unified the regions that will later constitute Myanmar. During the kingdom height, 11th and 13th centuries, more than 10,000 Asian cultures, multi-chambers, and monasteries were clustered in the Bagan plain alone, of which the remains are over 2,200 Asian cultures and monasteries survived. On the banks of the Erie rivers, more than 3,000 chambers stretched across 30 square miles in plain Bagan. Bagan were contrasted between 1057 and 1287. During a period initiated by King Emperor who formed the first kingdom in 1044, from the 9th to 13th centuries, a period in which 50 Buddha kings ruled the Bagan dynasty. You can feel and see how grandful and wonderful the Asian Bagan was. As a region, you will see the thousands of Asian culture. There are also critical histories about the cultures, about the history, about the dynasty, about the love story, about the war. And then you can listen to these things from the villagers and from the guides. And then there are also strong inspiration about the respected culture. In the Bagan age, the people like to write the strong expression to show or to describe their desire or their wish. And then they also wrote the causes as a difference, not to just find their cultures in the future. And then you can study the beautiful cultures and traditions of Asian Bagan. The Asian Bagan have the Asian feel too. And then you can enjoy the city by riding bike, horse, and bowling. And then if I talk about the names of Bagan, Bagan is the present-day standard Burmese pronunciation of the Burmese word Ugan, derived from the Old Burmese Ugan. Its classical name in Pali is the Amarapuras, lists the series that travels with enemies. And then its other names in Pali are in reference to its drawings of climate. Data, past land and Java long country. And then the Burmese Chronicle also reports the names of Jamboree and Division. And then the second place is Mount Obar. Mount Obar is one of the most famous tourist attraction in Myanmar too. Mount Obar is a pilgrimage site with numerous nest chambers and relic sites atop the mountain. Mount Obar is also considered the abode of the most Burmese powerful nest in Nest M, as it is the most important night worship center. Therefore, it has been called Burma's Mount Olympus. Mount Obar is an eastern volcano 15-18 meters above the sea levels, located in the central Myanmar in the Nangli region, 50 kilometers Asian Bagan. And then it can be seen from the Erie rivers. I was far away at 60 kilometers in clear weather. The Bodhi Monastery is located at the summit of the pedestal hill or Tongala. The Bodhi Hermes Candy maintain the stairways of 777 steps to the summit of the pedestal hill. The pedestal hill is sometimes called Mount Obar, and given thus the Mount Obar is the name of the actual volcano, that's called the elevation of the volcanic plaques is generally called Mother Hill or Damaji. At the top of the pedestal head, you can enjoy the panoramic view and you can see the city of Asian begins. And behind it to the north, the massive solitary conical peak of Mother Hill rises like Mount Fuji in Japan. For me, I've ever been to Mount Bogba. And then when we want to go to the Mount Bogba, we just stay around 3 hours. As soon as we arrive at the foot of Mount Bogba, we started climb the pedestal hill. And then we stay about 30 minutes at the top of the pedestal hill. And then we enjoy use of the overview site. And then one first I can remember is there are many monkeys along the pedestal hill. It's a wonderful place, so I want to visit there again. And then according to the names, Bogba is believed to become the world of Paris, Bogba meaning flowers. And then third place is Mount Jaitiyo. Jaitiyo is one of the world winter too. And then Jaitiyo is a well-known pilgrimage site in Myanmar state. It's a small pagoda based on the top of the granite. Border covered with gold-lit pastel-minded vegetables. According to the legends, the ground war particularly except past on the strength of Boulder Hill. And then the Bilansi Pagoda seems to define the gravity and as this perpetuously appears to be burst or rolling down the hill. The rock and the pagodas are at the top of the Mount Jaitiyo, another legendary state. The Boulder priest impressed the Celestial King. With his asceticism and the Celestial King used his supernatural powers to carry the rock to its current place and specifically choosing the rock for its resemblance to the man's head. It's the topmost pilgrimage site in Myanmar after Shalom Buddha in Yangon and Panjami Buddha in Mandalay. And then you can see because of the hiking as soon as you arrive at the foot of Mount Jaitiyo. And some climb on foot and some climb with cabin cart. And after me, I also been to Mount Jaitiyo. This is so grateful place. The journey was so terrific. I was so happy. And then when we went to the Mount Jaitiyo, we hiked at 2 a.m. and we arrived at the top of the mountain around 8:30 a.m. And then there are also historical places in Mount Jaitiyo, especially the Ankula Stomatitis Cave. The travelers will go to the Ankula Stomatitis Cave without misses because this cave is famous for the narrow entrance and the love story between female dragon and the Soji. The Soji, a king makes who possesses the supernatural powers. Yes. And then according to the name, in Mon language, Jais means pagoda and Shou means to carry on the hammock heads. And then the Ichi meaning in Mons is hammock. So Jaitiyo means pagoda upon a hammock head. And then the fourth place is Inle Lake. It's a wonderful place. It's also the most famous tourist attraction in Myanmar because of its floating village. And then Inle Lake, the floodwater lake located in the Shan State or Liaoshi Township. And that is part of Shan Hills in Myanmar and it's the second largest lake in Myanmar. The watershed for the lake is lies to a large extent to the north and west of the lake. The lake drains to the Nampulu or Belu Chowns on its southern and there is also a hot springs on its northwestern shores. The last section of the lake are covered by the floating plants. And then as the southwestern is, the Palma Upaya is tiered pagoda with glided water statues. And then in the hills near the market town or Injing, the stillness ocean in the pagodas resembles to the field of golden sky. And then the rice tubers at Myanmar Oak have been reclaimed by the forest. And then the Maitung Valley is the place between land and water where the wooden brook connected the two have. And then let's get talk about the inner people. The people are in the inner people live in four cities, bordering in numerous villages along the shores and on the lake itself. And then you will find the picturesque or the inlet lake, famous for its floating village, current, and the way of the life of the inner people, with their living community is entirely based on the water. And then the inner people rule the boat with their left, not with their hand. I'm so proud of this fact, very much. And then there are also competitions for ruling boat, one or more per year. It was a beautiful tradition. And for me, I ever been to Italy too. And then the itinerary is so fantastic. I was so happy to back. At the beginning, I was a little scared of riding boat. At the time, the anchor says, "Hey ladies, don't worry. If you put water in the waters, the boat will save you immediately." I was so believed that work. And then I feel safe. I was happier than before. And then the last place is Manly. Manly is also famous tourist attraction in Myanmar too, because of being the old royal capital. In the past, the Burmese king would have lived in the city's end. You can see our palace as a region, and then the city still have the royal fee, to which is very different from other spots like Yangon. And now Manly is the second largest city in Myanmar after Yangon and located on the east bank of Yari River. It was founded in 1857 by Kim Min-jong, replacing the Emperor as the new royal capital of Compound Dynasty. It was the final royal capital before the kingdom's annexation by the British Empire in 1885. Today, Manly is the economic center of Upper Myanmar and is considered the center of Burman culture. In its centers, the restored Manly Palace from Compound Dynasty is surrounded by a moat, and the Manly Cave. The Manly Cave provides the city from its summit end, which you reach by covered stairway. And as its food, the Kudu of Buddha, very good. The Kudu of Buddha is the wood of the house handler source Buddhist scripture inspired marvelous glass. And then you will pay respect to Mahamuni the Buddha. Mahamuni the Buddha is the most important pilgrimage site for Buddhist people. And then you can visit to the Ubin Bridge Spanish, the Tonderman Lake between Manly and Emperor Buraj. And that is also the largest train lake in Myanmar too. And as the city gets its name near Manly Hill, the name is probably the repeating of Pali word, and then the exact word of origin remains unclear. The root word is speculated to be Mandala, referring to Sandala's plain, and Mandara, a mountain from Hindu mythology. And then when it was founded in 1857, and the city was officially named Vietnam along the Pali words cities of gems. And then it was also called Legends and Myth. Victoria landed was the fourth island and Nyanan Sanjo, the Maldive Palace, Free Royal Angler Palace. That's all. Thanks for listening to my presentation.
Okay.